Hello, this is JilliBling. How are you today? I would love to share with you a project that my friend Janice made. Let me see, I have her project right over here. And from here, it looks like a cue card, but watch this. But that's not all. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So I wanted to make something similar to this using some new paper. I found some new paper and I just love it. And I have the paper here. Hand pen designer paper. And you probably knew, but in the catalog and on the back of all the designer papers, they show the coordinating colors. The colors that are in this paper and perfectly go with it. There might be a few different shades. For instance, if you look at the green, that's garden green, but it's garden green dark, garden green light, garden green extra light. So a lot of different papers, even if you don't have any of them, the solid colored cardstock would go perfectly. But there's lots of options. But it's just nice to know that they list all the colors, so you don't have to question. So we'll use this paper. And here are my versions. So there's this one. Isn't that pretty? I love the colors on this. Okay, here we go. And then this part flaps open. So it's just like a regular card, but then it has a little extra flap. And this is from the Hippo dies. Same as this one. All the dies that we use today are from the Hippo. I think it's Hippo Happiness. That die set is so good. It's like a sleeper. You would think that the Hippo is cute, but the dies that come in the die set are lovely. Then here's another one with other color options. And I cut the flowers apart just to put them on the front like that. And then more of a bouquet here. And look at the inside. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so we will be using the Genial Gems. Oh, let me show you those on here. This one I put 3 of them right here on this part of the card. And on this one, I put just one here, more of the green flavor. Do they say what colors these are? I'm assuming that they're mint and maybe papaya, or mint and petal pink. But they're pretty. They're really pretty. They've got a hint of glitter in them. So we'll be using those. Shaded Summer. This project revolves around this stamp set. It's so pretty. There's no dies, nothing that goes with this. This is kind of a standalone stamp set. And all things fabulous, because the project I like to do today is a birthday. And the Shaded Summer has some nice words in it, but nothing other than happy birthday. Nothing that worked for me. I like the birthday words in here, so we'll be using some of the words. Don't mind my little note. I'm missing the stamp. And hippo. Hippo dies. So yes, you could see a hippo, and a little horse, and a little lamb, and a butterfly. But all of these shapes are lovely. I use this die set over and over. Haven't used the hippo set yet. I'll show you about the black blend. And I'm going to make room for the score tool, because that's where we're going to start. Move stuff out of the way. Misty Moonlight, Memento Ink, Garden, Heather, and Bride ink. Okay. So let's get started with the scoring. You see the top of this? Right there's the top. Okay, and you know how I am with my templates. So this is the base paper. And on my blog I'll list the scoring measurements. We're going to score at 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, and 7. Okay, and these two little lines right here are representing this little fold part right here. This part right here. So you could see it when it's on the white. And I'm not going to bring my big cutter over, but that worked beautifully. So we're going to improvise a little bit. If you have a little paper cutter, great. If you have a big one, it's easier. But under in this much space, I can only show you with a little paper cutter. So I'll show you that in just a minute. So let's fold this. You're like, well, how do you know how to fold it? Let me put this. Can you see that? Okay, here, this way, half and half with that, and then this one. It's just zigzagged. Zigzag. So what we're going to want to do next is cut right in here, which is what's going to make this cut right here. See how it's cut through? So to do that, we're going to put little marks at 1 1/4. See, where's a pencil? Well, I haven't smushed that very good. Okay, so pencil at 1 1/4 and 4. And now we're going to do a cut from here through 2 layers of paper, from here right to the score line. The score line right here. So if you have a guard on yours, you'll have to take that out, just so that the paper will fit. So, let's see. Right there, I'm lining it up with my little pencil tick mark, and I'm going to cut from here down to the score line. Push it up against the edge from here. And if you cut a little bit over, that's okay. And then at 1 1/4. If you have a big cutter, like I said, this is much easier. I guess that wasn't that hard. I'll put this in later. So here is my paper, and can you see the two cuts, the two slits I made? This one went over a bit, that's okay. So back to being on track here. So zigzag, and this part here is going to pop out. So that is our card base. Just like that. Okay, so I'll put this one here. So the pieces, I have pieces. So let's lay those out. I like pink. For these little ones, and you know this paper is a bit directional, so keep that in mind when you're putting your pieces on. You don't want pieces going upside down. You don't want your flowers upside down. This is going to go on the white. Oh, here's the white. White piece of paper. And again, I'll put the measurements. You know what? I have them right here. But I'll list them all. I do this with all of my projects. So the white paper is 5 by 7.5. Okay. So this is our white card inside piece. This will go here. And here. These big pieces. Just like that. Okay, so time to start doing some sticking. And you know, I'm not going to stick anything to my white until I have it stamped first, because chances are I'll have to do it again. Might be using glue. There we go. This stuff is real sticky though, which is nice. So Janice saw me doing these other fun fold cards, and I was kind of on a roll, doing lots of fun fold cards the past few months. She says, oh, I have one for you. I'll send it to you. Or she said, I love this one. So I sent it to her, and then she's so sweet. She turns around and, here, I have something for you. And it was this card plus another card. You know, I've got that other card right around. I'll show you that one. And I somehow want to do something with that other one too. This is the other one. And it has Velcro and a little charm. So I want to do something with this. I'm not quite sure what yet. I just ordered these little Velcro dots from Amazon. So once they're here, we'll do something like this. Thank you, Janice. So after you get all these pieces laid on, it's like, my card is almost done. But then there's flowers that color. And depending on how much coloring and how many flowers you want, it can be done quick. Or it could take you half a day. Like what I was doing yesterday. You saw the inside of that one where I colored everything on the inside. Yeah, tendency to go overboard. I guess I like coloring. I like coloring a little bit. But I do have a box of old projects just from a few months ago. Everything is done except the coloring. And I just don't seem to make time to get back to them and color them and get them finished. I will. Soon. Okay. I love the pink. This is Blushing Bride. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay. So, we need something for the top. For the top, like I said, I want to do a happy birthday. And I think it needs to be in Garden Green, just because that's the heaviest color. I could do it in pink, Blushing Bride, but I think the green would stand out better. I'm going to do Happy Birthday. Perfect. Have to clean that. And then I'm going to die cut this. Okay, so on one of these, this one here, I did my little trick with the die where with your bone folder you impress on the center of the die, and I like that. I really like it. This one I didn't on purpose. And it's flat. It's beautiful with all the I guess that's stitching, all those little dots. But I want to do it on this one. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here I have Happy Birthday words in the die. I'm going to turn it over. Seems to be my favorite thing to do lately. And you could do it with most dies, not all. If they have this little inside edge, and it's okay if you're all sloppy on the back, because somehow you magically don't see it. But it just gives it more of a panel look. Raised panel. Okay, so I'll show you what that effort provided. Can you see right here on the edge? It looks like it's raised up. Much cool. It's going to go on here. Ooh, that looks pretty. And let's do happy birthday. How about, where's that set? I want to do you make the flowers smell sweeter and the sunshine brighter, just because we're putting flowers all over this. But those words are too big for this paper, so those are going to go on inside. So wishing you all things fabulous. I like that. I like fabulous. And this one is a bit of a stretch to fit inside that die, but it's okay. It does fit. So garden green again. Fabulous. Have to clean that. Okay, so I'm going to die cut this and then do that little embossing panel thing. So here it is die cut. So I'm going to turn it over. And what's nice about these dies is see how it does the, I keep wanting to call that stitch, just these little dots on the inside and the outside of the cutting area. So if I had cut it right on here, I would have the little dots all around the outside and the inside. But because of that, there's this little lip that I could do my make it fancy thing. And you know, this bone folder does a much better job than my other bone folder. The tip is really a bit pointy. The other one, it's a little bit of a softer round edge tip. But if ever your paper is, you're thinking it's too small, I was just worried about where it's going to cut. I'm fine if those dots go on the outside of my panel, because I'm going to throw that away. And I'll put close-up pictures of these on my blog, probably in just a few days, along with all the products to use, because I know you want to make this project. It's really cute. It's a bit impressive, the way that card stands up. There's all those layers. Okay, so went around the outside edges. This is going to be garbage. Okay. See, now that's fabulous. And it is close. There are little dots through the words, but that's okay. Sometimes I get random things on here. Okay, so that is going to go. Where does this dirt come from? I clean my stamp room all the time. No dirt in here. There's another one. Okay, carry on, carry on. Look at that. I like the pink. Okay, I always like pink. So what else do we need? How about some flowers? Flowers, flowers. And I have some paper somewhere. I'm not sure where they are, so I have extras up here. So this one can be big flower. And then I want to do 2 of this. I have a bit of a plan here. Okay, that's going to go on the inside. I could put that on the inside now so I could get rid of that stamp. Put it off to the side. I like those colors together. So this is going to go on the inside. Do you end up working in 6 inches of space? How is that? Very good. And I'm going to put some flowers down here. I just don't know. I don't know what yet. So we're getting closer here. So this is going to be big with Memento because I'm going to color it in. Memento. And you know, with these stamps, I was doing standard where I would ink it and stamp it. but I wasn't getting good coverage. So I found, I don't know what it is, but I need to make sure, because when I look on this stamp right here, the solid part, I could see the crosshatch pattern of the linen top. So I need to really ink it and make sure I have good coverage, and then I'll stamp it. This one down here looks good, but this middle one, and if you had it upside down, which is convenient to ink it and stamp it, you wouldn't be able to see all that. Okay, and there's one. Then I want to do two of this other flower that's in Shaded Summer. So there's the one with the stem, and then this one that looks like it's coming up out of the ground. Oh, maybe this one could set right on top. They can, they can be together to make it look like a real big bouquet. Okay, and one more. Okay, very good. Thank you, Memento. So I am going to color and cut out this one. And these two, okay, how to get there, I don't know. Sand Eraser by Mono, I got this off of Amazon and I use it all the time. It's almost like a nail file, because if you keep on rubbing in one area, it'll take off the top layer of paper, but it works good if you have just a little bit of ink. I know you guys wouldn't do that, but I get little bits of ink everywhere. So this one, I had a plan. I wanted to go somehow, or maybe on the front. Oh, on the front. And the colors I used are Papaya, a little bit of Flirty, and Jade. Papaya, because that's the color they said. They say use either Garden, and there's not a blend, or Mint. And I used Mint on one of the cards, and it looks great. But I wanted a bit deeper hue, so I just went with Jade. Okay, so I'm going to color these and cut these out. I'm thinking these can go here and here. So that's the plan. Okay, I think I need to start assembling. Okay, I have pieces everywhere. So you know what, let me stamp on the inside of this paper, just so if I do a whoops, I still have opportunity to flip it over, and then we'll start assembling. So on the inside, I'm going to put this stamp, but just the flowers, just the tops of it. Where is that one? Here it is. So just this part, not so much the stem, just the pretty flowers. And I'll show you how to fix that. That's what my Sharpie is all about. Boy, I have a little bit to fix here. Okay, so now it's time to attach and put the card together. So I have one of these that's already colored. Isn't that much beautiful? Much, much beautiful. You could see where I put the black. I'll show you about that in just a minute. So let's attach this. And attach these pieces of Blushing Bride designer paper. Maybe. Ooh, I am reckless with my adhesive today. Adhesive remover. Love tools. Okay. So this time I'm going to put it way down at the bottom. On the other samples, I put just a little bit of a gap. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this one is right to the edge. This one, there's a little bit of a white line. Oh, this one I did to the edge too. Isn't that pretty? I think I like purple. Ooh, I had to remember put some bling on it too. Okay, so this is going to go here, and I'm going to put dimensionals on this. And I'm going to put them toward the center a little bit because I still need to tuck those pretty flowers around the outside edge. And if I put my dimensionals right to the edge, I won't be able to slip those little colored flowers in there. That looks pretty just as it is. Okay, so this one is going to go here, and it could go as big as the card is. Okay, and then this one will go, loving it. It's really pretty. What do I want to use, adhesive or liquid glue? I'll try adhesive. I don't know if, I think maybe liquid glue might be better because it could get into all the corners. Then I'll need to hold it down. I'm okay if some of these little things pop up because I sure took time to cut it right and detailed. Okay, half liquid glue, half adhesive. I like that. Stay. Okay, and one more. This time I'll do just the liquid glue because my adhesive is holding down the other flower. And I don't want it to be in the way of the crease. Okay, pretty, pretty. Now we can work on the front. Scooch it on over. Okay, so the front, a little bit busy. So this part is going to pop up. No, there, that makes a difference. So if happy birthday is right in the middle, and this can be right there. Okay, that's it. Might need a bow. Okay, so happy birthday. I'm going to put adhesive just in the center because I know those little ends were popping over the edges. So in the center of this panel, And the flower I'll put on dimensionals. Kind of hugging the happy birthday. Just like that. I'm going to need some mini dimensionals on here. Okay, and then I'm going to put some liquid glue right here to hold the stem down. Trying to get dimensionals that small. I could do it, but I don't think it's worth the effort. And usually I end up seeing just a little bit of them anyhow, and it drives me crazy. And it's okay if the stem is down flat. You know, more dimension. Okay, so I wanted this kind of hugging the happy birthday. And this is all going to stay flat. I'm just thinking about these score lines and the creases over here. Okay, so let's see. Look at that. That is just one breathtaking beauty. Ooh. And that opens. Oh, this is really close to being in the way of the crease, but it's okay. Oh, there's one thing I said I was going to show you, was the black blend. This is black light. So when you look at these flowers, see how vibrant and bold they are? And in here, that's because I took the black and, like we did with the penguins, any solid stamped black, chances of you getting a good stamp are slim. They're really slim. So if you just commit to, yes, I will take a minute to color in all those little freckle lines, or the freckle areas. And I choose the black light rather than the black dark, because the dark, there's no give in it. So right now, I'm not going to do that little last part because it's mostly colored in. If you were using the black dark, it would be very obvious that you're coloring with a different color, and you would have to color in every little bit of it. So here, I'm just making all these little dots just a bit darker, so it looks like I stamped it perfectly. And yeah, it takes just a little bit of time, but it sure makes your project look pretty. I think it's worth it. Oop, I went out of the line there. I'll pretend like the stamp. It's a stamp's fault. The stamp has a leaf or a flower piece or something over there. Yeah, stamp's fault. See how it's looking better already? All of these compared to that one. And it's just minorly different, but it sure makes it vibrant and stand out. And kind of perfect. I'll show you one other area, and then we'll be done. I was always wondering, when am I going to use my black blends? I don't see a need to use black. It's like coloring with a Sharpie. It just fills in everything. But now I know. So here's a good example. That didn't turn out good at all. But with our little trick, get it fixed. And then this down here, I'd have to look at the stamp to see what it's supposed to be. It's kind of a mess. And then after you color it in with some pretty flower colors, you won't notice that I was improvising on what the stamp really looks like. So see how that looks a lot better than what it did? And I need to do that one and that one, but I'll do that later because we have a finished product. Other than bling. Have to do bling, bling. So this one, I think it's a little bit naked down here. So I'm going to do the green. And with pearls, think about, I like this one because it has lots of sparkle on it. Think about there's a glue dot underneath there. And with your scissors, do what you can to pick up the glue dot. And then you can place your little bling. If you use tweezers, many times you'll leave behind the glue dot. And then this helps with placing it too. One more. Well, there it is. I love this project. I hope you do too. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. I do watch those, so I know that you like fun folds. This is a fun fold. And I'll put all the paper sizes and products to use on my blog, which is JilliBling.com. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.